very, very different episode of our show. It's a very different Tree Hill.
This has a much bigger weight to it and a much bigger social importance.
So you want to know what it's like in my high school?
Everything kind of changes, the world kind of changes.
I'd say it's a little more excitement than usual.
This was raising the bar a little bit.
We aren't just making a teen drama.
It's not all, who's gonna date who and who's kissing who.
That's not what it is this week.
It's a terrible situation. It can happen anywhere.
It's something that needs to be addressed.
I think it's great that the WB is deciding to do it, and hopefully it'll turn out all right.
Before I was in television, I used to say, why do they make so many bad shows? And now that I do it every day, I'm amazed they make any good ones. I feel like what this should be is you sit down in that room and it turns into Breakfast Club. We come with this idea and then I take it to my writing staff, which is about 11 people. And I go in the room and I go, here's what I'm thinking. If there's like a roll of like adhesive tape or something and he just says, he tells Nathan, I want you to, put that tape along the floor. Anybody that steps foot over that tape is going to get shot. It's really just the staff of people who care incredibly about the show.
Like, he obviously brings a gun to school, but what was his plan? Was he planning on scaring those bullies, just showing it to them? Did he always plan on shooting them? I don't think he had a plan.
And we just talk and talk and talk about it, and eventually I go, here's what we're going to do.
All right, this is what we're going to do. You're going to take the line down the center of the room. Go on!
There's a lot of preparation that we've done in this and a lot of emotional preparation that the cast has been doing.
Our responsibility as actors really is to play these characters the best way that we possibly can, and especially, with an episode like this where it really is important for all those emotions to be spot on, for people to really understand what each character is going through.
We went in looking at it as this is not an episode of One Tree Hill. This is a short film we're shooting.
I think it's more tense and it's the concentration level is a lot, it's more focused energy whenever you're doing an episode like this compared to like the big homecoming or the prom and stuff like that.
They know it's tough stuff, and if you just leave that scene and you go and you laugh and joke about something, then sometimes it's hard to get right back in that gear.
There was a certain line I was supposed to say that we ended up changing, because when the gun was pointed at me, everything changed.
This is not his fault. This is your fault.
No, it's your fault.
It was amazing, everybody, just the places that they went to and the emotional places that they went to, and the reality of when you have a gun stuck in your face and you have a kid there who was a friend to many of you that you don't know what he's going to do.
There's a small part of me that's me, that is in this character. And so it's like tapping into whatever you can grab, whatever you can relate to. You grab onto that and you really study it and you really put yourself in his shoes, and then you go from there and hope it's right.
This ain't Breakfast Club. We're not all gonna fire up a joint and be pals. I mean, let's face it. This is the most any of us have talked in 4 years. And we all know if I don't have this gun, it never happens.
This episode brings back a long-lost ghost from One Tree Hill, and that is Jimmy Edwards.
He actually used to be, like Mouth's best friend, kind of his sidekick, and he used to, call the games at the River Court with Mouth. Well, he ends up getting distance from Mouth and Lucas, as a friend, and sort of blames them for, growing apart.
You don't talk to me for a year and now you want to be friends again?
We just want to talk.
Well, forget it. You just heard everything I have to say.
He doesn't feel accepted by anybody, and he hates everyone with such a passion that he feels that this is his only choice.
He's kind of was picked on. It's kind of like one of the geeks, you know what I'm saying? Some guy, they beat him up. Nobody really never pay attention to him, and I guess it's his way of showing that he's going to get payback some kind of way.
His situation kind of builds and escalates throughout a couple episodes until he actually brings a gun to school.
I don't think he was bringing a gun to school to shoot somebody. I don't think that he's not that kind of boy.
The day really goes out of his control. He didn't know what was going to happen. He just knew that he couldn't take it anymore.
We've never actually seen this side of him, so I think it's a little bit more touchy for me and Mouth to look at him and say, Edwards, man, what's going on with you? We used to be friends, dog.
Yeah, used to be.
Jim, you can't do this.
It's a little late for that, Mouth.
It's so sad that he started out as such a nice, good kid, and then, like he says in the episode, they'll remember me as a monster, and none of us should be remembered that way.
I wonder how they'll remember all of you.
I became compelled, sort of enamored by the idea that Well, Mouth has become assimilated with the pretty and the popular. And what happened to his friend Edwards?
Right before Christmas, Mark Schwann called me into his office out in LA and said, here's my idea. I want to bring you back and kind of explain, why you left and why you're coming back.
And I said, the good news is it's a tour de force for you. It's really going to be powerful. So the bad news is that it comes with an expiration date.
I said I'd love to do it, and then right after Christmas, I got the script and was like, all right, well, this is going to be kind of tough. So I kind of wish I had said no, but I said yes, and here we are.
You think I got up today and wanted this? I just wanted it to stop.
I think the understanding in this episode is for everyone to look at where they're responsible for what takes place. Because this person, this character, Jimmy Edwards, didn't come to that by himself.
Particularly for my character, it's pretty tough since they were such good friends, and Mouth sort of comes to grips with the fact that he's neglected his friend and what that means ultimately.
You're as bad as my best friend Mouth, who totally blew me off.
You didn't want to do anything.
Tell yourself that, but you changed, and you know it. You became just like the rest of them.
Haley's just trying to connect with Edwards on a heart level, on an emotional level. Just trying to affirm to him who he really is and that he's above the choices that he's making and his actions.
You're a good guy, and you are better than this.
Just shut up, all of you, just shut up and sit down!
I think the thing that's significant with the Peyton-Edwards relationship is that it doesn't exist at all. And that's okay. It's okay to not be best friends with everybody, but it's important to be kind to everyone.
Hey, Glenda. I'm really sorry I don't know you. It's a great episode for Brooke. She kind of gets a bird's eye view of how people deal with grief and how people sort of sickly using it for their 15 minutes of fame and for their moment in the spotlight with the news crews. It's really interesting to see the way that she reacts to that.
Every day I have to come to this school is one less day I have to come back.
There's gold here.
A little insensitive, don't you think?
Unfortunately, the kid turns the gun on himself.
No!
Which is really sad. And then Dan takes the opportunity to grab the pistol and kill the guy that he thinks killed him.
Craig Sheffer is a great guy. He's a great actor.
I like Craig. Craig and I are friends. We're friendly in Wilmington. And I knew that by killing him, I wouldn't get to spend time with my friend Craig. When I read the script, I hated it because I was scared. I didn't hate it because I thought it was bad writing or anything. I hated it because I was scared to do the moment.
That was one of the toughest calls to make, was to say, Craig, you're doing good work. I value you for that work. But story-wise, the journey has led me down this path, and I think it's the right path for my show.
I think it's brilliant, I thought it was a really cool way to go out. Makes it more of an emotional experience for the audience that finally this thing happens, and once again, man, something has to come in to ruin it.
I was hoping that maybe in the end of it all, Keith and Karen would get together, the great love story. Yeah, Karen isn't just made to win, man. She's got a black cloud over her head, and it's Dan.
We never really wrapped a show around something that was really weighty, dramatic, and socially relevant and provocative in the way that this episode is.
We're very, very conscious of the fact that we're telling a powerful story here that is a negative, and we don't want to be a negative influence, but we want to tell something that's kind of truthful.
Some people think it might hit too close to home or inspire the wrong feelings. Unfortunately, the demographic that watches the show is mostly situated in high school, so I think you have to look at that and you have to be careful and make sure that there's consequences.
I think what they've done really well is they've made it really personal and really tragic, both for the people that are affected by it and for the kid that's our shooter.
Telling the story from the kid's perspective, and from both sides, from the popular kids and from the unpopular kids, hopefully we're doing a service to our audience. I think it's important that when doing an episode like this, that it's not taking sides, it's not saying right or wrong, it's saying look at the situation. Let's just shed light on it.
I'd love the show to be pro-social. I'd love the show to help somebody, somewhere.
We're hoping that maybe through the process of telling this story, maybe there's a couple kids out there who will who will watch this particular television show and maybe everything won't seem quite as dire as it was.
There is a power to the medium that can help people. You know, I feel like episodes like this can do much more good than harm.
Good morning, everybody. It is turning 5 a.m.
$110,250 hours. That's how long the average person spends at work in their lifetime. If you don't count sleeping, most of us will spend more time with the people we work with than the people we love. I don't count sleeping because I gave that up years ago. In fact, I've trained myself to go without sleep, sex, healthy food, family, and sunlight. I'm basically a vampire.
Morning, Thomas.
Hey, Nick. No, wait, vampires get laid.
6:02.
Shit. So why have I done this? Why have I spent the last 8 years meeting deadlines instead of women? Building a resume instead of beating my friends at fantasy football? Or doing triple tequila shots at Hooters at happy hour? Eating fast food instead of food? Because all my hard work and sacrifice are about to pay off.
I'm just trying to get you to do your part, son. It's not easy times, you know.
I do my part. I do other people's parts, but it doesn't matter to you because you just want to ride my ass because I'm your son. You know what? I don't hear you giving dick skin any shit.
Dick skin. Nice.
Kiss ass.
Come on, come on.
Yeah, go on. In you go. Go on, gay boy.
I'm not gay.
Oh, please.
I'm not.
I've seen gay boys.
Yeah?
You're one of them.
Where'd you see him?
At your house. Get in the fucking... I'm a green belt, motherfucker.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Oh, fucking fire.
That's the best you got!
That is self-sacrifice, people. Learn from it. Meeting adjourned.
Yes. All right, sit. Not a dog, Bobby. Good boy. I've been looking through the books, and you're the accountant. Tell me, why is this company in the crapper?
Well, we're not in the crapper. It's a recession, but we're still profitable.
Bullshit. Look, I know you and my dad were pals, okay? And frankly, I always thought it was, weird. Gay.
Do you know what that word means?
Yeah, it's dick on dick. It ain't my bag. I always thought it was a little bit weird that my dad thought you were so fucking special, Kurt. But that doesn't matter now because he's in the ground, and guess what? I'm your boss. And there's gonna be some changes around here.
Can't wait to hear them.
Okay, first things first. Why are we paying hospital bills for Larry Morinsky? He's not even working here anymore.
Well, he doesn't work here anymore because he injured himself in a horrible accident in our warehouse, all right? Where he burned off half his face.
Exactly! I don't want my money going to support fucking monsters!
He's not a monster. He's a great guy who worked for us for many, many years.
Cut him off. Second. Envirotech Waste Management. What the fuck's this about? It's costing us a lot of money.
Your dad made the choice to dispose of our chemical waste responsibly. In order to do that, you gotta spend a little more money.
Yeah, fuck that. Guess what? The Bolivians are gonna do it for a third of the price. I'm gonna hire them.
No, you can't go to them.
I will.
No, you can't.
I think I
do
will.
that. No,
I think I'm the boss.
It's gonna endanger thousands of local residents.
Why? Who cares? Some local tribesman gets fucking cancer. I give a fuck.
No, they're not tribesmen. It's a modern society. Okay? Look, Bob, your dad told me very clearly that he would rather die than save money and hurt people, okay?
Well, guess what? Looks like we're right on schedule, doesn't it?
Now, you know, Stacey and I, we watch a ton of Law & Order, huge Law & Order buffs. Now, there's all sorts of ways that the bad guys on the show, they mess up, right? They leave behind skin cells and bullet casing.
Sperm.
Yeah, that's actually, most of the time it's sperm.
Silent killer.
Anyway, that's not the point. The point is, we're not qualified.
Right.
We gotta hire a professional.
Are you talking about a hitman?
Yeah.
Hey, that's a really good idea. Yeah. I mean, we don't clean our own apartments or cut our own hair. No, we pay someone to do that.
Yeah. Well, I don't, actually. Stacey cuts my hair, so.
She does?
Yeah.
She have training for that?
Doesn't need it.
She might. And where are you gonna find a hitman?
Why don't you guys leave that up to me, okay? I got this whole thing figured out. I'm gonna give you a call tomorrow. I'm gonna tell you where to meet me.
Why don't you just tell us now?
I don't have it all figured out. I got some of it figured out, so
Okay.
I'm gonna go home and start.
Okay. Alrighty. I'm gonna go home too.
Well, you are. This is your house here.
Oh. If I couldn't tell that by the way you're going in and out of my fridge drinking all my fucking beer. No.
Enjoy.
Can I use your toilet? I stored up rather a large amount of pee for this.
Sure. Yeah, it's right through there. Knock yourself out.
Oh, and by the way, I still want my $200. Understandable.
We insist.
200, huh?
$200 to kill
bargain.
3 people?
I thought it was such a good deal.
You dipshit.
Unbelievable. I'll be in the car.
Okay, but you guys are gonna chip in for the... Am I gonna have to give them all my money? Sir, I'm going to leave your money on the bed! God, he would have drenched us.
Look, I wasn't thinking, okay? I'm sorry. She's just very hot. And I'm weak. I'm a weak man, okay? I admit it.
In here, but all those people are just right outside.
I know. That makes it even hotter. Your balls are so smooth.
Let's turn that shit off.
damn.
Yeah, turn it off.
Right now.
Oh, shit.
Whoa. Oh, that was fast.
Okay, we get it, Dale.
No,
That's
I want to
enough.
listen
No,
to it. I
that's
want to
enough.
listen to what the hell you're teaching. Oh, shit! Oh, shit!
Must have found my DNA.
Poop brush, dude. They found your poop brush.
Why did I put half his bathroom in my asshole?
Hey, you want to come here?
Heute beginnen wir den Spielfilmabend mit dem Thriller FX2, die tödliche Illusion. Rolly Tyler ist Meister der Special Effects. Da er sich von der Filmindustrie verabschiedet hat, setzt er seine Hightech-Basteleien nur noch bei der Verbrecherjagd ein. Die Polizei bittet Rolly um Hilfe bei der Lösung eines Falls. Der Trickspezialist soll einem Frauenmörder eine Falle stellen. Allerdings misslingt der Bluff, da das Vorhaben verraten wurde. Und so wird Tyler, der FX-Jäger, selbst zum Gejagten. Am Samstagabend zeigen wir um 20 Uhr das deutsche Drama Die zweite Frau. Mittelpunkt der Geschichte ist der 41-jährige Erwin, der immer noch bei seiner Mutter abgeschieden auf dem Land wohnt. Zusammen mit ihrem gemeinsamen Freund Karl betreiben Mutter und Sohn eine Tankstelle. Eine Beziehung zu einer anderen Frau als zu seiner Mutter hat sich für Erwin noch nie ergeben. Erwins große Leidenschaft sind seine Fische und seine Mutter. Als die Mutter spürt, dass ihr Sohn langsam eine Frau an seiner Seite braucht, schickt sie ihn zu einer Heiratsagentur nach Rumänien. Dort lernt Erwin die junge Rumänin Irina kennen, die er dann nach Hause bringt. Doch sie, die zweite Frau in Erwins Leben, bringt viele Veränderungen mit sich. Die Ablösung von seiner Mutter und die Verwandlung vom Knaben zum Mann. Und schließlich kommen ungeahnte Geheimnisse ans Tageslicht. Als Sonntagsfilmklassiker um 20 Uhr zeigen wir das Drama Unsere Welt war eine schöne Lüge mit Harvey Keitel in der Hauptrolle. Die 17-jährige Sonja lebt mit ihrer kleinen Schwester bei ihrem Vater Ray. Ray Weiler ist ein unverbesserlicher Schwindler, der trotz unzähliger Niederlagen mit immer neuen Ideen kommt und regelmäßig scheitert. Die Mutter starb vor ein paar Jahren an Krebs. Ray hatte seiner Frau damals versprochen, Sonja an einer guten Schule unterzubringen. Als Sonja in dieser Schule beginnt, entdeckt sie dort ihr Schreibtalent. Obwohl Sonja ihren Vater liebt, erkennt sie immer mehr, dass er mit seinem Verhalten die Existenz der ganzen Familie gefährdet. Und so löst sie sich Schritt für Schritt von ihrem Vater.